Burkina Faso, a country in Africa, has always wanted a good leader. A leader who could understand their struggles and work towards making their lives better. They wanted a leader who doesn't just talk, but actually does things to help people. Someone who would roll up their sleeves and get to work, addressing the real issues faced by the community. A soldier named Captain Ibrahim Traore became their leader. He was not just any soldier, he was someone who had earned the respect and trust of the people through his actions. Captain Traore didn't become leader because he was rich or knew important people. He rose to leadership because he genuinely cared about the people and their well-being. He became leader because the people needed him. They saw in him a beacon of hope, someone who could bring about the change they desperately needed. The old government was not good. They were corrupt and didn't help people. The people of Burkina Faso were tired of empty promises and wanted real change. Burkina Faso needed a leader who would work hard for them, someone who would prioritize their needs and work tirelessly to improve their living conditions. When Captain Traore became leader, he didn't have big parties or give speeches about himself. Instead, he focused on the work that needed to be done. He started working right away to help people. He visited villages, listened to their problems, and took immediate action to address their concerns. He wanted everyone to know that things would be different now, that a new era of hope and progress had begun. He wanted Burkina Faso to be a better place with a good government that helps people, a government that truly serves its citizens and works towards their prosperity. When Captain Traore became leader, things started to change in Burkina Faso. His vision was clear, and his determination unwavering. He knew that to help people, he needed to give them the power to help themselves. Empowering communities was at the heart of his mission. One of the first things he did was try to give people jobs because many people didn't have one. He launched initiatives to boost employment and support local businesses. He started new projects that helped the economy grow. Infrastructure improvements and modernized farming techniques were just the beginning. These weren't just quick fixes. They were real solutions to help people find jobs for a long time. And it worked. People began to see a brighter future. But Captain Traore wanted to do more than just create jobs. He wanted to build a strong, united community. He believed in helping people be their best. Education and skill training became a priority. So he decided to spend more money on schools and hospitals. These institutions were vital for the nation's future. These places were old and run down, but with Captain Traore's help, they were fixed up and became places of hope for the children of Burkina Faso. The transformation was remarkable. He knew that when people are healthy and educated, they can do amazing things. The future of Burkina Faso looked brighter than ever. Many leaders around the world focus on their own interests, but Captain Traore stood out. He set a remarkable example through his humility and genuine concern for others. One of his most notable actions was declining the high salary typically given to leaders. He chose to continue receiving the same pay as when he was just a captain in the army. This was unprecedented for a leader. It demonstrated his commitment to serving the people over personal wealth. The people of Burkina Faso rejoiced, finally having a leader who empathized with their struggles and aimed to improve their lives. Captain Traore's actions showed he wasn't driven by greed. He truly cared about his people. Captain Traore knew that Burkina Faso's farms were important. He understood that the heart of the nation lay in its ability to feed its people. He knew that if people couldn't grow food, the country would be in trouble. The barren fields and worried faces of farmers were a constant reminder of the challenges they faced. So, he made sure that farmers had everything they needed to grow lots of food. He gave them tractors, modern agricultural machinery, and the training to use them effectively. He also built systems to water their crops, ensuring that even during dry spells, the plants would thrive. Additionally, he provided special seeds that would grow strong plants, resistant to pests and diseases, and guess what? It worked. The once barren fields turned lush and green, and the farmers were happier than ever. The farmers grew more food than ever before, leading to bountiful harvests and overflowing granaries. But Captain Traore also knew that corruption was a big problem in Burkina Faso. He saw how it affected every aspect of life, from the smallest village to the highest offices. Corruption is like a disease that hurts everyone. It steals resources, breaks trust, and leaves people suffering. He knew he had to stop it to help his people. He began by addressing the nation, making it clear that corruption would no longer be tolerated. He made a new rule that said corruption was not allowed at all. This was a bold move but necessary for the country's future. He also made it safe for people to tell him secretly if they saw someone being corrupt. Anonymous suggestion boxes were placed in every community. This showed everyone that Captain Traore was serious about stopping corruption. His actions inspired hope and trust among the people, proving that with determination and integrity, change was possible. Captain Traore brought hope to Burkina Faso. He worked hard to make his country a better place, and everyone noticed. He became a symbol of hope, not just for his country, but for all of Africa. But it wasn't always easy. Some people didn't like that he was fighting corruption and helping the poor. They became his enemies. But Captain Traore never gave up. He knew that being a good leader meant doing the right thing even when it was hard. He knew that fighting for a better Burkina Faso was important. Captain Traore shows us that good leaders are honest, caring, and never stop fighting for their people. It might be hard, but there is always hope for a brighter future.